Well, hello everybody and welcome to Lunch Break Live. Real talk about obesity, food obsession, recovery, and what's really eating you. I am Cari and on today's show, do people have weight loss surgery because they can't do it on their own? All right, before you guys get all, uppity and huffy and irritated with me, let me tell you who I am and we could go from there. I am a 2007 gastric bypass post-op, living life in recovery from obesity and food obsession as twice the woman and half the body. I am also a recovery strategist, which means I help people find peace by owning their crap. Now, to you guys, I often try to do a very interactive program, but I have a lot I want to talk about today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to welcome you all in, say thank you for joining me as ever. Thank you for trusting me to talk about this very controversial sounding subject. And for those of you who just came because you knew you were going to have a fight with me, welcome. I'm really, really glad that you are here. For any newer viewers who happen to choose today as your first show, I do hope you'll stick around with me for the entire program so that you can make up your mind and see if you want to come back another day. So thank you all for being here. Alrighty, let the questions begin. Are we ready? All right. How many of you are here because you're hopping mad about the title of the show and you want to give me a piece of your mind? Is there anybody here who fits that description? And that is fine. You are welcome. Nobody's going to get chewed up and spit out or beaten up, okay? If you want to have honest, well, I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of discussion, but you can certainly hear my side of it, put your side of it, and then I'll get back to you offline probably. So, how many of you are disgusted that I would even say something like, people only have WLS because they can't do it on their own? How many people feel that way about what I said? Let's see. Not me, not mad, okay. Especially since I'm a post-op myself, right? A lot of people that just cruise by and they like firebomb because they see a comment they don't like, make all kinds of assumptions. Like, why would you say that about other people? Well, because I am one. So very interesting. All right. How many of you have ever said, so now this is going to be directed probably, specifically, very specifically to weight loss surgery people, which is to say bariatric surgery people. Are you guys ready? All right. How many of you ever said, be honest, WLS was my last option because I couldn't do it on my own. I needed the surgery to finally lose weight. How many of you guys said that? Honestly and truly said that. How about this? I needed a revision because my first surgery didn't work or it stopped working and I couldn't lose weight without it. How many of you guys ever honestly said that? Okay. See? Do you see what I'm saying? So, right, we say that. Are we listening to ourselves? Do we hear what we're saying and why are we saying it? Let's dig in. Are you guys ready? Let's dig into this, all right? All right, for starters, I think the fact that you guys, hi, Teresa, welcome, my newest Recovery Rebel t-shirt owner. Okay, welcome. So, we've established that a lot of us said, hey, WLS was my last option because I couldn't lose weight without it. I needed the help. Or I had to have a revision because it stopped working for me. And I couldn't lose the weight without it, okay? So that's what we established, right? Well, for starters, clearly the fact that you guys agreed proves that I'm not making this up, right? Whenever I speak to support groups, I'm talking every time I speak to support groups, there are preebies who say, I need surgery because I can't do this on my own. That's an exact quote. I need surgery because I can't do this on my own. And then there are newbies that say, I had WLS because I couldn't do it myself. And then revisionists who say they need a new procedure because their procedure stopped working and they can't lose the weight without it. They truly and honestly believe it. And no one else in the room fights them about it the way a few people wanted to fight with me today. Nobody stood up and said, now wait a minute, that's not true. Because for starters, the people that are saying it believe it. And how many of us came to that place and believe it ourselves? All right. So I always put up a fight, especially when I'm the one talking. I always put up a fight because well, you'd be amazed, first of all, by how many people stick by their story, even when I explain to them where I'm coming from, because they believe their story. Obviously, when we believe our story, we are going to defend it to the quick, right? But today, if I were to pose the question I asked at the top of the show, they would be the very first ones. So remember, these are the people in the support group that say they can't do it alone. And if I pose the question that way, they would be the first ones to say, absolutely not. Surgery is just a tool, and I have to use that tool to lose weight. That is what they would say. And then these are the same people who will fight and say surgery was their last hope because everything else had failed. It's kind of odd, right? So if it's a tool, why are you arguing about it and saying, well, I failed everything else, so I guess I have to do this, okay? And then I see these discussions, ready? WLS is taking the easy way out. No, it's not. WLS is hard. Well, why did you choose the hard way then? I mean, you could beat your clothes on a rock, or you could use a washing machine, as someone pointed out today. You could walk across the country, or you could fly. I mean, well, I don't mean it's hard like I chose the hard way. I mean, it's not as easy as you think. Okay, well, you cheated. What? I did not cheat. Okay, when was the last time you lost 100 pounds in 6 months? Okay, well, I mean, I really needed a powerful tool to treat my really big problem. Okay, so you cheated because people who have to treat morbid obesity and do it through diet and exercise alone have to do absolutely everything right all the time. But during the honeymoon, you can cheat and still lose weight. What? That is not cheating. Okay, well, what happens when you cheat on your diet? Well, you might gain weight, or you might not lose weight at all. Okay, well, what happens when you cheat during the honeymoon from WLS? Okay, fortunately, most of the time, not too much. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I still managed to lose weight. Okay, but I started eating those carbs again. You know, I started getting right back to them within the first 6 months. And so my weight loss did slow. And then I hit a plateau. Okay, but I haven't regained yet. Okay, so someone who hasn't had weight loss surgery and is trying to do it through diet and exercise is going to say you cheated because you're doing the things they want to do, except you're still losing weight and they're not. So to them, from their perspective, you cheated. But you're going to defend it to the quick that you didn't cheat. Right? Oh, no, I didn't. And then when someone says to you, you know, you did it the easy way, you're going to say, oh, it's not easy. It's really, really hard. But what's wrong with doing it the easy way if you can, as people point out? Do you hear how people argue out of both sides of their mouths? They argue both sides of the discussion. Why? Why are we arguing about it at all? Because think about this. Then there's the famous, I love this, the annual People magazine. We're all familiar with that. And it right on the front emblazoned, half their size. And then it says, this celebrates people who they've lost 100 pounds without gimmicks or surgery. You know, the hard way. Okay, that's the implication, right? And so every year, post-ops get up and they fight with People magazine to set them straight. Surgery isn't a gimmick, and it's not the easy way out. Surgery is hard. Okay, so there's a lot of this fighting going on to beat up on People magazine who say that, you know, somehow they're implying that it's the easy way out and it's cheating, okay? And then we defend it, and yet we're saying we can't do it without it, so, and it makes it easier because it's a tool. Which is it? Well, I guess, does it depend on the day? Or does it depend on who's asking? I mean, is it the hard way or is it the easy way? Is it cheating or isn't it cheating? I mean, my question is this: does the surgery lose the weight for you? Does the surgery lose the weight for you? If I'm talking about this honestly, that's why I signed up, because I wanted the surgery to lose the weight for me, to do for me what I couldn't do for myself. That is why I signed up. And I chose the procedure that I had, gastric bypass, because I wanted it to do for me what I could not do for myself. I'm going to talk more about that. So, does the surgery lose the weight for you? And if not, so if you say, no, it doesn't lose the weight for me, then why do you need a revision when the surgery stops working? So if the surgery does not lose the weight for you, why do you want to have surgery to lose the weight for you? Okay, well, I mean, think about this. Why do you say the surgery didn't work when you regain weight? Why do you say that? Isn't it supposed to fix the problem? Oh, wait, I got it. Okay, I got it. I'm on. Okay, I know what I'm saying here. I forgot this part. Right. It's a tool. I totally remember now. Right. Okay, I remember my part now. Right. It's a tool. It's just a tool, and I know that I have to use the tool. I remember now. Okay, so how come you depend on your surgery to stop you from eating too much fat or sugar? I mean, why do you expect your surgery to keep you from eating too much and then, I don't know, maybe even slap you by dumping when you blow it? Ah, that's some kind of tool, I guess. I mean, if we're expecting all that, we're giving all that power to the surgery, right? Yeah. So again, you say, I know, but it's just a tool. Okay, but don't you use tools to make things easier? Yeah, that is the goal, right? WLS is the easy way out. Well, okay, no, it's not the easy way out just because it's a tool. Okay, but you can cheat, eat, and still lose. Okay, but, well, what other weight loss tools are there? I hear you asking that. Well, there's Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers. Well, I tried that a million times and it didn't work. Okay, well, there's Nutrisystem. Well, I tried it and I got bored with food. Okay, Jenny Craig. I tried it, but it was just so expensive. Paleo diet. I tried it, but it was really restrictive. Keto diet. I tried it, but you know what? It was really hard. Okay, well, we tried all those things. All of those things would qualify as tools, and yet they seemed pretty hard for some reason. Or they just didn't work. And maybe it was because we tried to cheat on them. This isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. All right, and let's talk about exercise, because we all love exercise. Do you use a treadmill because you can't do cardio on your own? Is that why you get on the treadmill? Because you can't walk outside or run outside? Is that why we use a treadmill? Do you use machines because you can't strength train on your own? Right? There's no way I can strength train unless I use machines. That's what I don't think so. When you get fit by using weights and ropes and bars and bells, tools, did you do it on your own, or did those things, those tools, do it for you? Well, this is very confusing now. I'm not sure anymore. What were we talking about? Wait, what was the subject of the show? People have WLS because they can't do it on their own. All right. I don't know about you guys, but I am really tired of hearing people claim that they need or needed weight loss surgery because they couldn't do it on their own. I know why they say that. I know why I said that. Because I believed it, and they believe it. And they say it because the insurance company and the doctors need to hear that. And in order for you to say it so they'll believe it, you have to believe it too. And guess what? Those are the same people. Those people sitting there saying, I need weight loss surgery because it's the only way I'm going to lose weight and get better. They are the same people who will regain their weight and say they can't do it on their own and the surgery doesn't work. Well, okay, we come to bariatric surgery having to prove that we are utter abject failures at weight loss, don't we? We have to crawl in and grovel on our knees, if we can even get on our knees, because Lord knows it's going to be really hard for us to get back up, okay? So we come in groveling, and we lament that we are losers at losing, right? I am a loser at losing. I have failed at every weight loss attempt. Every diet, I've tried them all, and they have all failed. But wait, they're all tools. Well, they didn't lose the weight for me, apparently, but weight loss surgery will. Yes, weight loss surgery will do for me what all of those diets couldn't do, clearly. How so? Don't you have to use it? Didn't you have to follow the diet in order for the diet to work? Don't you have to follow the program with surgery in order for it to work long term? Okay, but here we are saying that we're losers at losing. And we're saying, here's my journal to prove all of my failed attempts. And this journal's all of my weight lost and the excess weight gained, okay? And here are all the books that I got from all the diets that I failed, all right? So I need you to now give me surgery so that I won't fail anymore. So we come to bariatric surgery believing that we need something else to do for us what we can't do for ourselves. We absolutely believe it, and we say things like, this is my final option. I'm out of options. If this doesn't work, it's over. This is my last chance. This is my last hope. Wow, that sounds really motivating and inspiring. That really sets me up to succeed. If you fail, you'll die. If this doesn't work, you might as well just give up because it's over. Right? That's what you're saying. Well, I don't know about you, but my surgery didn't lose weight for me. I did the work. I chose the food. I limited my intake. My surgery doesn't keep the weight off for me either, guys. I do the work. I choose the food. I limit my intake. And guess what? My surgery doesn't re-lose any weight that I regain for me. No, I do the work. I choose the food. I limit my intake. So I use weight loss surgery as a very powerful tool to do what I need to do to treat my obesity. I did not have weight loss surgery because I couldn't do it on my own. I'm still very much doing it on my own with the aid and benefit of a very powerful tool. And when I stopped using the tool, it's not that the tool stopped working, it's that I stopped working the tool. Very, very clearly. So next time you say or hear anybody else say, you know what, I chose weight loss surgery because I just can't do it on my own. Remind them, I'm sorry, is someone else going to lose that weight for you? That's what I usually say. Because last time I checked, when I had the surgery, no one else lost the weight for me. Pretty sure that was me, all on my own. Yes, I used the surgery, the same as I would use a treadmill, the same as I would use weights at the gym, the same as I would use barbells, right? And ropes and all of that stuff. I use those things. Nobody else. Am I going to get strong watching someone else lift weights? Am I going to get more fit cardiovascularly? You know, my system, is that going to improve cardio fit watching somebody else run? No. I must do the work and know that, wow, if I'm on a treadmill and I, elevate it so that I have a little more resistance and I go faster, that's the beauty of the treadmill. I still have to do the work of running uphill faster. Nobody's doing that for me. But hey, that's really cool. And then when I'm tired of running uphill, I can just flatten it out. That's the beauty of it. It's a tool, but I still have to do the work in order to get the full benefit from it. I get it. If I'm just walking and the treadmill is encouraging me to keep walking, it's different than if I'm just standing outside not walking. The treadmill is aiding me. It's a very powerful tool, isn't it? But last time I checked, I'm still doing it on my own. And I am not getting fit watching someone else use the treadmill. All right? So, today I'm going to encourage you guys to change what you think about yourself. Say to yourself and believe about yourself. Okay? So I'm going to encourage you to change what you think about yourself, what you say to yourself, and what you believe about yourself. The surgery is a powerful tool for the treatment of obesity, and it is true that the more significant our obesity, the more significant the tool to treat it, and the more committed we have to be to using it forever, but not expecting it to do the work for us, okay? It is going to be a very powerful tool, just like a power tool is going to be much more efficient and powerful than a hand tool, right? That's why you use power tools, but you still have to do the work. I had weight loss surgery because I needed a powerful tool to fight a very powerful disease. And if I stop using the tool, then I can expect a relapse of my disease. It is the same with any diet or exercise program out there. Absolutely any one of them. I must do the work to get what I say I want. The machines don't do it for me at the gym. I can't look at them and go, okay, now go. Okay, that's not going to work, right? They're going to aid me in my effort. The surgery is not going to keep my weight off for me. It's going to aid me in my effort. And next time you hear someone say that they cannot lose weight on their own, so they need WLS, I encourage you to set them straight kindly and gently by reminding them that the surgery doesn't do it for them. They must use the surgery to do it for themselves. And next time you catch yourself saying that your surgery stopped working for you, set yourself straight, again, kindly and gently, by reminding yourself that the surgery won't do it for you, but you must use the power of the surgery to do it for yourself. Okay? The bottom line is you either do it or you don't. That's it. No matter what it is that you're doing to treat your obesity, whether it's Weight Watchers or Jenny Craig or Nutrisystem or paleo or starving yourself, which I do not suggest, or bariatric surgery, you either do it or you don't. Okay? You either use the tools you have or you don't. The hammer does not build the house. It doesn't. The computer doesn't write my book. No, I need to use the power of the computer to write my book. I need to use the hammer to build my house. You need to use bariatric surgery as the tool to treat your obesity. That's what I got. That's all I got. I have a few minutes to see what you guys are chatting about, but I got to know what you think. I've heard it a million times. If I had $1 for every time, I'd have at least $10. I cannot believe how often I hear people and they really, really believe I had surgery because I couldn't do it on my own. And I say, did someone else do it for you? Because if so, I did it all wrong. And I should have signed up, somebody else to lose this weight for me because I clearly did it the hard way. We argue about so much stuff. It's not easy, it's hard. Well, why would you do something the hard way? Okay, well, I didn't mean it like that. Okay? I'm not cheating, really, because you can cheat and still lose weight, and I can't, and that's pissing me off. Well, but I did cheat a little. Which is it? Does it matter? Does it really matter? Yeah, it matters what we tell ourselves. It matters what we believe about ourselves. And guess what? If we believe that the surgery does it for us, and then we stop losing weight, then we're going to believe that the surgery stopped working for us, and that's why we're going to chase that revision. And we're going to say, yes, I need a bigger hammer. That is all, because you know what? I chose the wrong hammer the first time, but now, I am totally fixing this problem. I'm going to go ahead and have a revision that will do it for me. I better get my stomach removed, because that's all I got left. I just have my stomach left. If I didn't have my stomach, well then, I wouldn't have a problem. When they do a stomachectomy, for weight loss, you get back to me. And then you tell me if even when you don't have a stomach, if you can somehow stay alive, you don't find ways to eat again, because you will. Because obesity is not about the food. It's not about the surgery. And it's not even about the tool. It's about what we do. It's about what we do. And what we do has a whole lot to do with what we think and how we feel. What's eating us up and what we're feeding it, right? All right, let's see what you guys think, because I always want to hear, especially when I'm very strongly opinionated. I want to hear, you guys I've been seeing thumbs up flying by and hearts, and good heavens, you guys have been chattering up a storm. This would be like an hour show if I'm going to welcome you in. Hi, Mom. I'm glad you're here. Now, I'm really sorry that your procedure for your cataract surgery had to be canceled, but really looking forward to it at the end of the month so that you'll be able to see me more than just like this. All right? It looks like you're winking all the time. All right. Linda, Georgette, Nancy, 3 girls wearing their Recovery Rebel shirts. Let's see here. Mama invited some folks. Susan, welcome. And Dawn, glad that you are here and present. Hi, they're watching today from the couch, so you can comment. I love that, instead of driving, right, Susan? Love it. All right, let's see. Glad you made it on time, Georgette. Why did my phone just go dim? That was weird. Katie Rice, hi there, girl. Glad you're here. Okay, Sorrel, glad that you're here. All right, everybody's talking and saying, not me, not me. And I'm so glad you're here, Mary Kay. I'm really glad you're back here. I missed you this week. Been way too busy to stop. I get it. I'm glad that you stopped a little bit, slowed down to take care of you. It was your last option, Dawn says. Right. And how do we feel when we feel we're out of options? Well, then, if it doesn't succeed, if we don't succeed, then we're out of options. How do we feel about ourselves? We feel like we have no options. It's the end of the road, right? And we give up. That's what happens. So we don't want to say that. We want to say, it was a great option. I'm really glad I chose it, and I'm not going to fritter it away. I'm going to continue to exercise that option. Absolutely. All righty. And Teresa, I think I mentioned, my newest Recovery Rebel t-shirt owner, and you'll get yours at Orange Coast Memorial on the 14th when I show up to support group there and hand deliver them. And Nancy says, I know I thought it because I was desperate and about to die. Absolutely. I'm not beating anybody up for thinking it. Absolutely not. Of course, desperation brings us to that point. We're not happy about it, right? Nobody chooses surgery, unless they're desperate. I totally get it. What matters is what we tell ourselves, because if we believe that the surgery is going to do for us what we can't do for ourselves, then we won't do it for ourselves. And then when it is that we stop working the tool, we will claim that the tool stopped working for us. And then what options will we have if we had no other options? Do you see what I'm saying? That's why it's really important to change the way it is that we are looking at this. The things that we believe in our heart of hearts. The things that we believe yet wouldn't say out loud to others. We would say, you know what, the surgery did it for me. And then today I say, surgery did it for you. And you'd say, no, it didn't. Well, which is it? Is it what you believe or what you say? Hopefully what you say is what you believe. That's the goal of the show. All righty. I'm saying that now, Georgette says, but waiting for my surgery. Nothing wrong with this option. Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember, it's a powerful tool. It is a powerful option when we are dealing with morbid obesity, which is a severe and deadly chronic disease. We want to have the best option. We want to exercise that option, but remember, it is you who have chosen the option, and it is you who have the option to use that tool to treat your obesity. It will not do it for you. And the beauty of it is you have the power. And that's what you need to remind yourself. Remind yourself that you have the power, that thank God we have this option, right? And that you're not going to fritter it away thinking and believing that it's going to do it for you. You must do the work. And you're doing it, honey. You're laying the foundation by being here. All righty. Brenda, so happy to see you. And Becca. And Shazam. Oh, I love it, Teresa. She said Shazam to me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in years. Shazam. I love it. All righty. Sorrel, it was WLS or insulin, and I chose WLS. Right, because you were dealing with type 2 diabetes, right? Okay. But the WLS did not do it for you. It helped you to treat, just as insulin will help you to treat type 2. But guess what? As we all know, you have to eat right. You have to monitor your blood sugar. You can't just eat willy-nilly and do whatever the heck you want if you want to treat your type 2 diabetes. You are using diet. You are using insulin. You are using medication, whatever it is, to treat that disease. The minute you stop using those things, what, are you out of options? Probably. And then you go and you say, well, I have surgery. Use the surgery. Use the surgery and never stop doing it, right? Of course, it's a wonderful, powerful option. Let's make sure and we remember to use that option. All right. Samantha, welcome. Glad you're here. And Melissa made it. And Tiffany, welcome, my old neighbor. Not that you're old, because I'm still older than you, but you know what I mean. Really glad that you're here. I know this was a very bariatric, surgery-centric discussion, but I think there is relevance to this in our mindset that says the diet doesn't do it for us. The diet doesn't stop working. We stop working the program. We stop doing what works, right? Weight Watchers works when you work it. And then when you stop working it, it stops working. Pretty straightforward. Nobody said this was easy. We must be vigilant in treating our diseases, whatever those diseases might be. In my case, it's food obsession and addiction and obesity. I got to keep treating that absolutely every day. Wendy, so glad that you are here. And let's see, everybody is hi. Bottom line, it's nobody's business how you choose to gain your health. Dawn says, right, but isn't it amazing how, I don't know how to describe this. It's a strange sort of a progression. You know, it's like sometimes people will be very, very private and say, I'm not going to tell anybody about the surgery. And then all of a sudden when people think they're dying because they had cancer or something and they have to tell them, well, no, I had surgery. And then all of a sudden they come out guns a-blazing saying, don't judge me, don't tell me. And then we become very defensive about the tool that we chose, even though inside we're saying, well, there was nothing wrong with choosing it. That was the wise thing to do. My doctor and I agreed to this. And then we become very defensive and we're out there and we got our fists up and we're going to fight anyone out there who ignorantly says, well, you cheated. You took the easy way out. Because to them, that's exactly what happened. To them, they had to do everything right and didn't, you know, or else they don't lose a pound. For us, to them, when was the last time you lost 100 pounds in 6 months? People who didn't have surgery, doesn't happen. Not really. Very rarely does that happen, okay? That is not the experience. And so many of us become defiant and defensive. And all I'm asking us to do is to recognize, you know, gain a little bit of peace and perspective that says, I choose to use a very powerful tool. Thank God it was an option for me to use, but I am not going to give that power, I'm not going to give that tool more power than it has. I'm not going to give that hammer more power. I'm not going to give that computer more power than it has. I am going to use it to build the life that I say that I want. All right? I love it. You watch us eating gummy Coke bottles. The struggle is real. Absolutely. And you know what, Tiff? If the gummy Coke bottles are there, you will eat them every time. Lord knows, until I made up my mind that that was not going to be an option, I did too. If it's there and if it's an option, you're going to eat it. And you're going to say, but they just jump in my cart, you know? okay, then you're going to have to start, like, I don't know, having somebody else drive the cart so that those things will stop jumping in the cart for you. I know. You know, it's a process. It is a struggle. It's a daily decision, a daily choice. And guess what? The more you do it, just like you, cake baker and, you know, baked goods baker, the more you do it, the better you become, right? It is a process. It is the same thing with your recovery. Choosing to take your life back, choosing to take your health back. It is a process. You don't know how to do it right now because you're not doing it. The goal is to learn to do it and then have confidence and belief that you can do it and then do it. You don't have to defend the decision to treat your health to anybody, I promise. Least of whom yourself. All right, guys, listen. I know that surgery or not, nothing is easy. Amen. Amen to that. So I know that a lot of people have a lot of wonderful things to say, but because I am up against that half-hour mark, I got to sign off. I'm going to read what you had to say, but the purpose of the show was to get you thinking. You know, sometimes we have to get fired up. We have to get, I'm going to say it, pissed off, right? To know what we really believe, to defend what we really believe. Sometimes we just defend stuff without recognizing that either A, it doesn't need defending, or B, maybe we really need to look at what it is that we believe and stop being so defensive. That happens too, okay? But recovery is a process, and it goes on up here and it goes on in here. And our hearts hurt when someone says we cheated, and our heads hurt when someone says we took the easy way out. And I got to tell you, my heart hurts a lot more when I believe those things. All right? So I'm going to sign off, and I'm going to remind you all to have courage, seek peace, embrace joy. Joy, guys, it's a big deal. And live your recovery. Remember, you can't stop feeding what's eating you if you don't know what's eating you. By the way, I need you to share the show. Very, very important. Share the show. People need to know about it, and the only way they'll know about it is if you share, because I don't know all the people you know. So please, we need to do a better job of sharing. I need your help. To those of you who are sharing, thank you so much. To those of you who aren't yet, please do so, all right? Hey, it's free. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.